The third book that I launched on October 19th is called Hear Us Roar, and it's for women in leadership. Many times women have difficulty getting the promotion, or they get the promotion and then they're not successful and they don't know why. Most companies do not train their employees when they get into leadership. They're thrown the team, they're thrown the objectives, the goals are cascaded from the enterprise, but they're not taught how to lead. And leadership is very different. We talked about that in the first presentation. It's more about coaching. It's a very different style, if you will. And so my book is really about some of the heartaches women have around leadership. Maybe they have difficulty reporting to a female boss. Maybe they were given a team and no training and they're unsuccessful and they know it. Maybe one of my clients got a horrible review and she needs to get that turned around very quickly to save her job. So the book was written for all those reasons in mind, and I also talk about my own career blunders and the things that I did differently to kind of turn around and become more successful. I'm well known in the press: Yahoo, Dice, CBS Money Watch, Recruiter.com. I get called Dallas Business Journal. I get called on for articles as a resource around jobs, executive job hunt, and/or women's leadership. So what we're going to talk about today is why women don't end up in leadership, what really happens. If you look at some of the studies and some of the models, what you'll find is that they can often get into management roles, but they often cannot or do not promote up into director level, vice president, senior vice president, or C-level positions. And there is a bottleneck once they get into that management position. The other piece that you'll see is if they get into management positions, you'll find them in IT, but you'll only find them in IT and help desk or in client-facing roles. You often won't see them be successful or be promoted from that point forward. You'll see a plethora of women in HR, but you won't see a lot in accounting. You won't see very many in IT and other subsets like network or security. You won't see them. All of a sudden, you don't see them around. And there's reasons for that. And I'd like to talk through some of that today. One of the reasons is there is a false idea with women in general that there is no room at the table for them, right? Like there's no room at this boardroom table. I found it very interesting. When we did the round robin today, there was a woman that sat over here, and I don't know if you recall, she said, I don't know if I deserve to be here because I'm not really all that smart, or I'm not really all that of an expert, or I'm not really, so there's this perception in women that there's no room for us at the table, we don't deserve to be there. And she did it right there in front of us. She's gone, she left, but I actually pulled her aside and very gently said to her, don't ever say that again. You have great value and you absolutely deserve to be here. And later in this presentation, I will tell you the seeds of doubt that people came away with by her one comment. It's pretty interesting. Some women prefer to work with other men. They don't like working for or with other women, and then that stops them from getting promoted and going up the chain. Women fail to promote other women. Once they're in those executive positions, once they are identified and they go into those leadership positions, they don't identify other women and promote them up. It's silly, but this is what we do. We do it to each other. And we often blame the men. We often think, there's no room at the table, I can't get noticed for the right reasons, I've worked very hard, I'm deserving. But we do it to ourselves. We don't promote, identify, find other women, and help them. We don't share our networks. There's actually a biological reason why that happens, and I wrote about that in my third book. There's actually scientific data that I found around why we compete with each other and how damaging and harmful that is. And really, my message in my book is about unity. If we're serious about we deserve equal pay, don't get me started on that, we deserve a seat at the table, then we have to stop blaming everybody outside. We have to stop thinking that it's the men that don't promote us. We have to stop thinking our own limiting beliefs, like I don't deserve to be there. We have to stop not promoting other women or identifying them or partnering with them, even if they're going to go beyond us.